Yep, what's the deal? How are you?
Hey, how you doing, Elite? I'm good. How are you?
I'm wonderful.
Great.
So tell me a little bit about yourself and your position in GMHC.
Well, I'm a community health specialist here at GMHC, and I've been here for a little over 6 years now. And I do a lot of outreach and educating the community about HIV and AIDS and how to protect yourselves and the importance of getting tested. And my job is to educate the community.
Could you talk a little bit about our First Ladies Care campaign?
Yes, the First Ladies Care campaign. I started it in 2010, and basically from attending my aunt's church as a little girl, I saw how huge the congregation was, and what a big influence the pastor has amongst the congregation. So I thought, what a better way to get the HIV/AIDS information out to people than through the pastor. So we created the First Ladies Care campaign, and the intent of it is to put the First Lady, the pastor's wife, on a church fan, and on the back have her opinion about HIV and AIDS that she wants to deliver to the community. And so this worked with my aunt's church, the First Baptist Church of Crown Heights in Brooklyn, where Pastor Norman, Clarence Norman, is the pastor. And since then we've started a few other campaigns with other churches, and the idea is, right after service on October 10th, I did a presentation of the fan to the church, and I read some statistics and how the HIV/AIDS epidemic is affecting our community, and people were astonished. Like, I think people don't want to talk about HIV and AIDS. It's kind of taboo to discuss it, and because it's associated sometimes with homosexuals, and people don't want to discuss that. But they don't realize that the epidemic is bigger than that. It's not just homosexuals. It's affecting straight people. It's affecting our youth. It's affecting women over 50 and women of color and Latinas as well. So whichever way we can encourage the congregation to have discussions amongst their family and friends about HIV and AIDS, I thought was very important. Well, when I did my little presentation after service on one Sunday in October of 2010, there were a lot of oohs and ahs. People were astonished to hear the percentage, how the infection rate is increasing in New York City, and actually people were taking the fans home with them. The church fans usually stay in the church. They stay in the pew and they stay in the church. So people were taking them home. There were conversations afterwards. People were coming up to me and asking me, what they can do to help, and I just said, talk to your family, talk to your children. You have teenagers. Teenagers are the ones who think they're invincible when it comes to this epidemic, and they go by looks. They think he looks good or she looks good, and you have to be more, you have to play safe. That's the idea that we're trying to get for people to play safe and not to stigmatize people with the epidemic, because the church is supposed to be a place of refuge where you can go and you can be yourself and you can ask God to pray for you. If you're living with the virus, or if you're a homosexual and you want to come to church, you shouldn't be frowned upon. People suffer in silence in churches because they can't be who they are. It's no surprise that I'm working in a community health department, and the work that I do is a direct result of what I've been going to school for many years. And going out in the community and talking to people, random people that I see walking around, random youth, that's what I'm used to doing. So if I can pass on some valuable information that may save their lives, that's what I'm here for. And if I can save one life, then my job is done.